Now, we will have a 2024 NFL mock draft for you guys right after the Super Bowl. Yeah, I give it maybe 10 minutes, something like that. Once the Super Bowl ends, we will have the mock draft for you. If you want that, don't miss out. Hit that sub button right now, youtube.com/chatsportstv. On today's show, we will break down the first mock draft from NFL.com's Lance Zierlein. And boy, his first mock drafts are always pretty wild. He had Jalen Hyatt in the top 12. He had Keanu White in the top 10 last year. All crazy stuff, and it checks out again crazy this time around. Nothing too surprising at number 1, Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears. In general, Lance says he does it based more on his own draft board. So, okay, Caleb goes 1. Slight surprise, number 2, Jaden Daniels over Drake May to the Commanders. But quarterback certainly makes sense. Pivot point then at number 3, Marvin Harrison out of Ohio State to the Patriots. So no quarterback for New England. Stay tuned for what else they do. Hint, hint, at the back end of round 1. I think the best player in this year's class. Boom, there you go. Surprise at number 4, Rome Odunze over Malik Nabers. A lot of those NFL Network guys like an Odunze over Nabers. I know DJ likes him more too. I want the after catch and the explosive plays of Nabers, but Odunze is a clear-cut receiver 1 as well. So you're filling needs there for Arizona and New England. Number 5 pick belongs to the Chargers. However, we have a trade. What did the Falcons give up, you ask? I don't know. Wasn't in the mock draft. So let's say it's a future one. Ish. Drake May stops the slide. Now, Zierlein is the one who said on Daniel Jeremiah's podcast that NFL execs said, oh, Drake May could slide. And, I'm not sure I buy that, whatever. But the Falcons get their franchise QB at number 5, pay a lesser cost than it'd be to get to number 3 or whatever. Love that pick for Atlanta. Chargers trade down. In theory, would get the guy they would want. I would say the mock draft pick is not who I would take for the Chargers, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. When it comes to Drake May, what is the percent chance he slides in the draft? And the name Will Levis got mentioned in that report. Let's say out of the top 6, since the Giants could easily go quarterback there. What is the chance he slides in the NFL draft? The actual chance. It's the pinned comment on this video. You should know the drill by now. It means if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. Then come back once, the ad can play whatever. Then come back and see the surprise pick at number 6. Taliesin Fuaga as the Giants as the first tackle off the board. I like Fuaga a lot. I think he good chance he ends up as my number 3 tackle. I am not taking him as the number 1 corner. I don't like that fit in New York. I think it'd be a big mistake. Especially Tennessee goes, cool, we got Joe Alt still. Tennessee loves that pick. I know it is very boring, Titans fans. And like every single mock draft is going to be, in most cases, Fashanu or Alt as going to Tennessee. It just makes sense. The Chargers at 8 do not go with one of the playmakers, instead taking the first and only defensive player in this top 10 mock draft, Terrion Arnold out of Alabama. I don't hate it, but boy, are you passing on some real impact playmakers on offense, including Malik Nabers, number 9. In the event you go quarterback at number 1 overall, there is no better outcome for Chicago than Malik Nabers at number 9. That is a home run pick for Chicago. You pair him with DJ Moore, and that offense is electric. J.C. Latham at number 10. Yeah, the Bama right tackle. He is the 3rd tackle off the board in the top 10. No Olu Fashanu yet. Surprised by that one. Jets can do some unique stuff in the first round, so I guess I get it. Jared Verse, then, is our first edge rusher taken. Not Liatu Latu, not Dallas Turner. I don't know if Verse is the perfect fit for Flores. I like the guy, but in general, this defensive class overall, I'm not going to have many first-round grades, so when you're in the top 10, top 12, you're not getting my favorite value, at least. Today's show is made possible by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. When you are hiring for your small business, you'll want to find quality professionals that are right for the role. It's no different for your small business than it is for NFL teams, except they don't have LinkedIn to make it easier on them. This is why you need to check out LinkedIn Jobs. They have the tools to help find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn is not just another job board. It has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, which makes it the best place to hire. It gives you access to professionals you can't find anywhere else. LinkedIn does all that while making the process easy and intuitive. Hiring is easy when you have that many qualified candidates. So easy that 86% of small businesses get a qualified, quality candidate within 24 hours. LinkedIn knows that small businesses are wearing so many hats, you might not have the time or resources to hire the way you want to. So instead, use LinkedIn the same way 2.5 million small businesses use it. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. Put the links in the comment section and the description of today's show. Denver goes quarterback J.J. McCarthy. Jim Harbaugh is incorrect when he says he thinks McCarthy will go number 1 overall. He's just backing his guys to an extreme measure, which I respect a little bit, but might cause issues when the Chargers go on the clock and McCarthy's there, but they're not going to do that. Denver clearly does not want Russell Wilson. I think some of McCarthy's attributes could make him appealing to Sean Payton, but boy, that's a risky pick. Byron Murphy out of Texas to the Raiders here. Is 13 a bit early? Yeah. Does it fill a big-time need for maybe the top defensive with the top defensive tackle prospect? Sure. Saints take Latu out of UCLA. Medical concerns abound. Got to get that cleared, but ignoring the medical, real argument he's the number 1 defensive player in this year's class. And the Saints are in a weird spot. Their holes are the areas they've already invested a lot in, which makes it tough, but go BPA. Indy skips up to the podium and says, Brock Bowers, thank you, bye. Bowers slides to 15 here. This is such a good pick for Indy. You're getting an impact player tonight at a spot you can utilize, helps your offense in a major way. Dallas Turner, the Bama pass rusher from Seattle, or from Bama goes to Seattle. I think it makes sense. You're going to overhaul that defense under Mike McDonald, probably get some better results in theory. That I think will be very popular if top big 3 edge left goes to number 16, or whatever one's left. Quinyon Mitchell to the Jags out of Toledo. Great Senior Bowl showing. I love his game a lot. Jags need a corner. It makes sense. Now my favorite pick in round 1. Olu Fashanu out of Penn State to the Bengals. I would be very surprised if he got past the top 10, the top 15, all the way to anything. Look, surprises happen. Would not be the first time, but I see a young franchise caliber left tackle. Those guys don't fall that often. Who is your favorite prospect? Not best, just favorite prospect in the 2024 NFL Draft? Sound off and comment right now. No complaints here about this one. Nate Wiggins out of Clemson, locked and loaded. Let's go there. The Steelers form the all-Georgia Bulldogs offensive tackle grouping with Amarius Mims, and then you'll put Broderick Jones full-time left side, Mims full-time right side. There are worse strategies to have. Graham Barton out of Duke goes to the Miami Dolphins. Whether it's a left guard or center option, that makes some sense. I think the guy I'll see later on, I'm a little bit higher on than Barton, but maybe not by a lot. That makes sense. Love this Eagles pick here. I remain a fan of Kool-Aid McKinstry because I think a corner named Kool-Aid is a guaranteed successful NFL prospect. Eagles badly need help there. You throw in McKinstry and let him start, or Arnold would be a more ideal because he can play some nickel, but adding him to your secondary is a good move for Philadelphia. Chop Robinson. The production's not there. The athletic traits are. Those guys tend to go in round 1. Just like Adafeowe did out of Penn State too. Troy Fautanu out of Washington to the Cowboys here. I think guard is his best spot. Tyler Smith now at left tackle in this scenario. Fautanu at Left guard, it's not a bad plan at all. Tyler Guyton at Oklahoma goes 25. Like, he was a right tackle at Oklahoma, has the ability, I think, to play left tackle. Given David Bakhtiari's uncertain future, that makes sense. Another corner, Ennis Rakestraw out of Missouri, who I like. This is better than like the top 15 buzz I saw from him at one point, because you get to the back end of round one, 26 to 36, 46, not that different. Fits their play style too, which I don't mind. Arizona goes center here after Yelda Froholt held the job down better than expected. Jackson Powers Johnson. That's two centers, potentially, if you count Barton as a center, in round one. I don't know when the last time that happened was, but both guys are worth it. Plus, they also offer not just center positional flex. They can play guard too, and that matters. One of my other favorite round one picks. How about Brian Thomas to Buffalo? There is a universe that exists where he goes in the top 15 picks. The big, tall, fast receiver who can catch and make big plays typically goes really early, unless his name is DK Metcalf for some reason. So I think Thomas going even earlier in round one makes a ton of sense, would be a great pick for Buffalo. The Lions at number 29 here, taking Darius Robinson out of Missouri. Big-time Senior Bowl for him. Boosted his stock, I think, pretty significantly. I love his fit with the Detroit Lions as well. It's a home run pick. Now, the Ravens have number 30. In this mock draft, we have another trade. Bo Nix to the Patriots. No deals what they gave up, but maybe another day two, early day three picks, and it's only a couple spots there. Patriots get Marvin Harrison Jr. and Bo Nix. I'm not sold on Bo Nix. The stuff that worked so well at Oregon is awesome for college. Isn't a one-to-one transition for the NFL. I have concerns, but who knows? So how many trades happen in the end in round one? There's going to be at least a couple. Get your predictions in for me right now in the comments section. Chiefs at 31. I guess yell at Lance for not picking the Niners or not picking the Chiefs to win. Whatever. Roman Wilson. I like Roman Wilson a lot. And this is a good reminder. No matter how high you are on a prospect, someone will always be higher on him than you. I thought I'd be above consensus on him. Well, if it's going to be first round pick conversation, I guess I won't be. Adding a receiver makes a ton of sense for the Chiefs. Is Wilson the right guy? I don't know. The Niners take JT Sanders out of Texas, which is really George Kittle and Sanders. You can even argue maybe Sanders to the Chiefs to help replace Travis Kelce down the line. I don't know if you need a tight end. There's a lot of good tackles on the board. Interesting back in round one players. I will say I do like JT Sanders quite a bit, but I'm just not convinced Niners round one is his best landing spot. So grade the Lance Zierlein mock draft before we break down some other prospects who weren't in it. A, B, C, D, or F. Go vote in the comments section. Some notable prospects who were left out of round one I did want to make mention of. Keon Coleman out of FSU. Xavier Worthy out of Texas. Jordan Morgan out of Arizona. Jerzon Newton out of Illinois. And Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. Newton, DeJean, and Coleman maybe the most surprising. Morgan and Worthy are kind of more fringe guys. Plus, insert other of the 5 good potential round one receivers as well.